Hey guys, I believe it was Ed, Ben, and Roland. Thank you so much for your time. It seems like things kind of went in a weird direction. I think the whole thing started with the opportunity that Al was presented to maybe consolidate y'all's merchant services. It sounds like you have a little bit of everybody, and we host 60 websites for local, regional, national for that medium sized business. Something of your size and bigger, and your size and smaller. Okay. And I will tell you, for every dollar made, when you're spending 30 cents on the dollar just for processing, and that turns into 35 cents or 40 cents on the dollar because of all the various different fees, then it does have a difference to most of the medium sized businesses we serve. We also have private hosting for large scale systems, 200,000 users, that kind of thing. We're also a GoDaddy Pro. We're also a Wix partner. We do all of these things because a lot of people are in different places. The medium-sized guy we try to bring over to a WordPress platform because it talks to most of everything and it allows you all of the best of the features without the crazy cost. Wix is like Ford, right? GoDaddy would be like Chevrolet. Square would be like, Nissan. I mean, they all have parts, but you can't use those parts for each other, right? And that's kind of the relative thinking when it comes to processing. All of them have their own and they don't really want to talk to anybody else or allow someone else in. When you go with a bank, it's because of the relationship you have with the bank. They can get competitive, but if money is not the issue, because it kind of seemed that was the overarching factor there, it's really not the factor. That also lends me to be concerned about whether or not you guys are signed up through an affiliate at Wix. A lot of these companies, their biggest marketing arm is some guy or gal that's been selling or writing up people through a platform and they get a check, off of all of the fees, monthly, yearly, even sometimes the merchant services, depending on how big the affiliate is, right? Like a reseller, if you will. A lot of times it's somebody you may or may not know. And sometimes we've seen some partnerships where one of the partners was signed up for an affiliate, and we left the platform there because they dumped the money back in to reduce their cost. I didn't hear that was the case here, but I feel weary that you guys might be an affiliate. One of the reasons why, and let me close this camera here. I forget it starts with that. If you go down to the bottom, love the look and the style. It's great. There's no copyright. There's no privacy policy, terms of use, and I'll share with you about the customer journey. So since it's really only about the customer, right, based on our call, then let's take a look at the journey because I want you to see something. When I go here to see the booking and all that, that works great. But here's classes, right? This opens up to a spreadsheet. Now, when I do it on my mobile phone, I have to scroll to the, oops, excuse me. I have to scroll this right and left just to see the whole thing and up and down. Who's going to do that? Most people will not do that. The other thing is it opened up in my Google Drive. So some people are not going to want that this document's opening up in my drive. And that's how it allowed it to open. Unless you've got an app that directly opens Excel or some of the other variations of those, Android or iPhone, it's not going to open. So that's not a user-friendly scenario. So then let's go to let's go to the events. And I remember, Roland, I think you asked me about that. So that's today. When you open this on mobile, it only opens up to this box, nothing else, right? And then to maneuver that is very cumbersome. So these are not, these are not relatively conducive to that end user. Over 90% of users are using a mobile device of some type, especially an iPhone or what we call a smartphone. And then we know that well over 95% of most generated searches are going to be touched or run through Google in some form or fashion, including Yelp and everybody else that matters. Okay, so this is really what's important. We're managing things where we see partners come together and who owns the rights to what, and then we're also aware of and holding hands with people that somebody needs an exit strategy, someone's retiring, someone died, and who owns what. And it's not clearly defined here. which leads me to believe that you are on an affiliate contract with Wix, which means Wix or that affiliate partner owns the website. So you want to make sure you know who that is. We have a lot of times where people flat out just don't own the domain or content. Like if something were to happen and this is not copied anywhere, and this is all we were going to do, we were going to clone this down, dump it over into a WordPress platform, and it does easily talk to Bank of America. And if you were to consolidate all your merchant services on there, they're at least up to speed now to where touch, insert, tap, smartphone, watch, all of it's capable. Okay, including if I'm online booking on my phone and I can use my wallet to pay, right? So that's easy. But the end user experience or journey here is not as cool as the site looks, right? I love the color palette. It's really kicking. But let's go back to booking a class. Let's say I go here and I can explore plans. This calendar, they used to use Acuity, which is a third-party service. Square still uses them. I think Wix has moved over to their own, but I don't really see anything that tells me what the dates are. So I can click and click and click, and then I go, oh, there's actually an 8 o'clock. So I can schedule that, right? And then it's loading my information because I am logged in using my Google login, which makes it easy for me. Remembered my phone number. When I first tried this, or if I'm not logged in, the predictive index is not working. It should work. Wix should be, it's a big platform. It should have that, which means that I can just click and it loads my stuff instead of me trying to type while I'm driving, right? We know everybody's doing it. So let's say I want to pay for one session here. And you see the cancellation policy, it's just a one blurb. So no refunds, totally get it. But you still need to have some verbiage that describes, how that process works. It just says no refunds, right? Transfers will be considered on a case-by-case basis. How do we explain what a transfer is? Where is that vernacular? I don't find it, right? Then it says I agree to the terms. And when I go to the terms, which is under your About Us, it's all of these things down here, right? So code of conduct, sexual harassment, that's terms of use, right? And so terms of use for the facility is kind of not quite exactly the same of terms of use for a website. See, there's two things here happening. And then, I see in the liability, you do name the events, which is great, right? So you want to make sure you name affiliates, partners, vendors, whoever you use, it's an extension of you as an entity, what that limited liability is. But this is minimal at best. And it's somewhat obscure, right? And then read my bylaws. If I click that, that's a download. I'm on my phone. I don't want to download document, right? These are things that are infiltrating, because with the amount of spam and the things that are going on with hacks and attacks, these are things you do not want your customer experience to have, right? So if it's only about the journey and the consumer, there's a couple things that we could do here real easy. We would clone this, copy it down, move it over. If I die in a car crash or in a bus, my team can keep you going. Or if you decide you want to move it to somewhere else, we download a file, send that file to whomever is smart enough to pull that up and load it, right? People that are technical. And you always own the copyright, okay? We will protect you with the copyright. The images, the videos, are they truly copyrighted, or are they owned by Wix? That's a great question. Most people don't realize the difference in that. We had another one, a big real estate firm that does a lot of property management, selling, owner financing, even the real estate wholesale market, right? They do a lot of things, a very big website. And they actually got an email from the prior website company they were with that they needed to take those pictures down. What was sad is the pictures that they were saying that they owned was actually part of a genre that they used many times over with every website on their platform, right? But they were telling this entity when we pulled them out, they needed to take them. So all we did was we went into the genre that was available on a public basis, bought the license for opposite pictures in the same genre, so it had the same feel, just totally different pictures, and then licensed them to this individual. Now, they own the copyright of the pictures that are part of their website. So these are questions that I was trying to get to or wanted to talk about but it seems like you guys were short on time. I was understanding the call was more about you guys wanted to consolidate your merchant services. Otherwise, we would have been happy to discuss these things. Anyway, wish you all the best. If you need anything, let us know. We are 24/7, 365 US based English here in the United States. All of our team members are on non disclosure, non circumvent, non compete, right? So everything that we have is built on a platform, kind of like a Wix, that they can't do it on their local box. It has to be done through our system, right? So, anyway, just here to take care of you if you need us. Thanks.